Uno's Garden. Story and pictures by Graeme. The animals go, one by one, 100 plants, then there were none. And all the while the buildings double. This numbers game adds up to trouble. But if you count with utmost care, and trust me that they all are there, you'll go from 10 to nothing, then the whole way back to 10 again. Uno arrived in the forest on a beautiful day at the very beginning of spring. There to welcome him were 10 magnificent moopaloops and one completely ordinary snortle pig. Uno loved the forest so much, he decided to live there. Did you find the 10 moopaloops and the one snortle pig? Uno climbed above the treetops. The forest seemed to go on forever. Swinging through the branches were 9 leaping lumpy bums and the completely ordinary snortle pig. Did you find the lumpy bums and the snortle pig? Others followed Uno. They loved the forest too. They built houses and boats, watched by 8 feathered frinklepods, and the snortle pig, of course. Uno began to work on a little garden. The fishermen's children played games among the trees. They counted 7 playful puddlebutts, plus 1 snortle pig. A little village grew. Some hunters went into the forest looking for sneaky snagglebites. There were 6, but the hunters didn't catch them or the snortle pig. Tourists came. They saw 5 timid tumbletops, but that was all. Uno kept working in his garden. The village became a town. Do you see a snortle pig in this picture? Look closely. Then the railway was built. Excited passengers watched for wild animals. They caught a glimpse of 4 grazing gondolopes. And what was that other funny-looking creature back there? Do you see it? I think it's a snortle pig. The town had become a city. A team of scientists arrived to study the animals. 3 flippered flipper-flaps was all they found. But I bet if you look closer, you can find a snortle pig. The city grew bigger and bigger, and the forest grew smaller and smaller. Some workers came across 2 pointy pricklebacks. They had never seen anything like them. I bet if you look closely, you might be able to find a snortle pig in this picture too. A lone fisherman set his line in the river. He caught a car tire, several old boots, and a cold. He didn't see the snortle pig. In fact, nobody had seen one for so long. People weren't even sure they existed anymore. One gray morning, the people of the city woke up, looked out over the endless buildings, and were sad. Why do we live in a place like this? They asked themselves. There are no trees. So they left. The city was dark and abandoned. Uno opened his door and looked out. Sitting there in the garden, among the plants that Uno had saved, was a snortle pig. Completely ordinary in every way, except that it was there. The snortle pig lived in Uno's garden for many years. The city crumbled, forgotten. The snortle pig grew old and died. So did Uno, but the garden lived on. Uno's children continued to care for the little collection of trees and plants, and slowly the forest returned. The children kept a diary of their discoveries. 2 pointy pricklebacks, but no snortle pig. 3 flippered flipper flaps, but no snortle pig. 4 grazing gondolopes, but no snortle pig. 5 timid tumbletops, but no snortle pig. Over the years, Uno's grandchildren added to the list. 6 sneaky snagglebites, but no snortle pig. 7 playful puddleboots, but no snortle pig. 8 feathered frinklepods, but no snortle pig. 9 leaping lumpybums, but no snortle pig. 10 magnificent moopaloops, but no snortle pigs. And on a beautiful day at the very beginning of spring, the forest and the city found themselves in perfect balance. Did you see any snortle pigs? Stories were told of the days when an extraordinary creature had lived in Uno's garden. The children listened with wide eyes, and they never stopped believing that one day they would see a real, live snortle pig for themselves. I really like this story because not only is it a great story with a great message, it's also a look and find. On each page, you have to look for the animals in the counting story, but also, if you look on the top right corner, there are plants and buildings that you can find. So, if you like, you can restart this video, and each page you can pause just for a little bit and see if you can find them all. Have fun, and I'll see you soon.